Junaid, how about at Verizon? We just heard about 4G, 5G, et cetera. Give us an example of where you're implementing some of this capability that's allowing the zero trust kind of ecosystem to start to be enabled inside of an agency or even a private sector environment.
We've got a lot of zero trust projects here at Verizon, but I want to call upon one because it was so interesting, and actually I was involved in it quite a bit. Sallie Mae decided to move its loan processing to the cloud. As everybody knows, Sallie Mae is a regulated financial institution, and the regulations around all financial information was really written probably 20 years ago, and the context was a physical server that is air-gapped in a building that's locked down. As everybody knows, it's impossible to change banking regulations, but what we're able to do is show equivalence. And what we did is we deployed something called a software-defined perimeter gateway, an SDP gateway, which is how we manage TCP for zero trust. And we deployed it in AWS and Azure. And what they did is it effectively blocked TCP from connecting to the cloud. So these even though these were public cloud instances, they were effectively black. You couldn't even bring up a TCP session. And then what we did is we configured the network so that only an inbound connection coming from the Sallie Mae data center would be accepted. Then in the data center, we set up a relay that the employee had to be badged into the correct floor, into the correct laptop to access the instance. So what we were able to do and show the regulators is we could use a zero trust architecture to make a cloud instance behave exactly like a physical server in their data center, which was locked down. The reason I use this as an example is it was all software and networking, which we could extend out to any model. So the important point here that I think for the listeners is that the zero trust architecture allows us to synthesize in software and using network technologies any kind of like physical environment in the virtual world without compromise. So zero trust is not about giving something up. In fact, it's the opposite. We can take things like, in this case, Sallie Mae, banking regulations, which we couldn't change, and actually recreate them in a completely cloud and virtual environment. And I see more of this as the future.